About Destiny Moments of Triumph. It's a big deal. Y'all must have heard of it. For those that have been here since D1 will know of its importance and what it exactly entails, and just how awesome when it is done right, and how much of an enjoyable event. For those that are new to D2 or Destiny, the universe of Destiny, let me take you back for a moment. Just hold on, I know what you're going to say. You missed the nostalgia. No. I miss when Bungie's quality in their game was there. And forget what you say about Activision and all of that. Bungie handled the major expansions and everything else, and revamping raids was a major part of that. I do believe, because they've continued since then. It is not something that they want to let go, but we see the last 2 weeks, or the first full week of Solstice of Heroes, Moments of Triumph has been on for a bit. There's nothing. And allocation of resources and stuff like that is prudent. But when you have a live service game and everybody knows what Moments of Triumph should be, and you don't do that the correct way, the proper way, a way that shows your effort in the game and your effort as a video game producer, when your quality starts dipping and it isn't just like the first, second, or third time, people start to notice and have an issue with it. People may notice, oh, am I doing this video again? I've been having issues with video and audio on my streaming. No idea why, but I seem to have fixed it, because I did previous tests of me going live and whatnot and got it fixed. Let me take it back. Let's rewind the clock about 3.5, maybe even 4 years. When year 3 came out, everything was great, right? The game was booming. Destiny universe was thriving. When Moments of Triumph came out, it was grindy, sure. It required you to do the raids, and people that didn't have fire teams, you know, they needed to get with people that didn't. That were with fire teams. The raids were revamped. There was so much stuff that was put into the game, adept weapons, etc., challenges, even parts of Crota and older raids were literally redone to bring in a fresh game and more glory to relive. As Ava says, to relive your glory. Well, to relive your glory is to do the same things that you did before, right? That seems grindy, which it kind of is. But what is the word glory? What does that word even mean? Glory could mean you killed so many foes on the battlefield and yet you survived, or you did all these incredible challenges and you did it alone. You know, glory is kind of like a word that changes with what context is behind it, and there's no glory happening, I can tell you that right now, for the last 3 years of Moments of Triumph. Now, everyone say, oh, you long for the nostalgia back. No, I long for quality. And everyone's going to bring up, well, what about COVID? COVID, yes, but we have technology at our disposal that's available to individuals now, unlike we did before 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So to blame that all on a virus for your quality to dip in a game, or if you're not sick, I can see if you're sick. If you're sick, your quality tends to go down because your energy reserves are sapped by the virus or disease that is afflicting you. That is an understandable reason for quality to slip. If all the devs get sick with COVID, it's understandable. But if the devs aren't sick with COVID, and you can follow social distancing rules that were put in place and go get materials and go back to your homes, allow only certain people in the building and only a certain number, and sanitize. All of these are very effective means of combating, not combating, how did you let the word slip? With combating the coronavirus. Very effective means. Keeping clean. Masks, they help to a certain degree. Arguments, stuff. And people say, why am I talking about this versus what the title of the video is? So if you look up, you're going to see its title, Why It's a Failure. Why it's a failure. It's a huge topic. This is a big video. So it kind of needs to go into the crevices of what's going on in your current events now and what was going on in the current events then. There is a big difference between then and now. They had Activision backing, but that doesn't matter about the quality. Because we've seen Forsaken. Forsaken was an awesome time in Destiny. It was amazing. So, did they have Activision then? Yes, they did. But that didn't stop their quality. Shadowkeep was their first big DLC, Garden of Salvation. They've proven they can do amazing things that without the backing of a corporation. So what's going on? There's three things, and all of them are troubling, and one is most troubling. They want the game to die. They don't care about their work and how, as artists, their work is before millions of people. Or they're making the game for them. It's funny as I brought that up, right? The third one. Remember I said all of them are bad? All of them are bad. You don't care about the game, people are going to see it. They'll see it in your work. You don't care about what you're doing, you don't have love for it, it'll be in the evidence, in your work. Not caring about your work and letting quality slip is a huge thing. And the first and second one are kind of tied together. They go off each other's backs. Not caring about the game and wanting to die, and not caring about what they, as artists, because graphic art is still an art, and look at that Titan. A work of art, dude. Look how awesome that armor looks. Look at it. It's amazing. I love how the light is literally pouring out of my Guardian. I love that. I have different legs on because my legs for the armor suck, or else I'd be wearing those. The Titan mark I wish had more light emanating from it. There's stuff that I have nitpicks with the armor. The ram horns that come up on the sides of the helmet, and it looks like the eyes. Literally, there's light emanating from it. This is evidence of art. This is graphic art on display right now. That's why I haven't moved from the screen. Because this needs to be highlighted. Destiny 2 was an indeed step in the quality of the game from Destiny 1. I am back. Sorry about that. I had some family come over. So back to what I was saying. Art is important to me, and I'm trying to get back into it. Like I said, I notice and my family noticed I'm not drawing as much, and my quality is just not there. Why? Because there's been a lot of issues, and it starts with the Lord, right? Foremost a Christian first. So that's another topic for another time. But as an artist, it doesn't matter how many people are there. Your quality and stuff should be in the actual whatever you're doing. And if what you're doing is on display for millions, and and we can clearly see that their heart's not in the game. Looks like an adventure's about to unfold, right? So I go ahead, I click Titan. The Destiny universe is opened. Sit down in my chair. You hear the fan keeping my PS4 cool so I could make this wonderful video. I go to destinations, and instead of going to the game to find out where I need to do to get these, I go to the store. So tell me, if COVID is such a big deal to a company that supposedly is having such a hard time, how on earth, this is awesome. That's creative. This is unique, soul piercer. I love it. It's such an awesome ship. It reminds me of Star Wars, but it's not. That's some quality work, dude. What's this? How do I get the silver? I need to purchase? Wow, that's strange. That cabana shell is awesome. Wait, I gotta purchase? Wait a second, I have to buy all of this? That's a cute dance for all the women out there. That's awesome. It would be a great gift. Wait, I could work to get that together, but I have to buy this? What? I'm struggling for money. I lost my job due to COVID. Wait, hold on. What's this? The event? You're telling me that all the stuff that I remembered I earned in D1, that's an awesome finisher. And the fire's noticeably blue. And it's purple. Look at that, catching rays. Oh, what? I have to do bounties? You mean I can't earn this from an activity? First off, my acting was on point. It was awesome, dude. My acting and my illustration and my frustration is getting significantly better as a gamer. And more hilarious, like for comedic purposes, you know? It is a huge deal when the developers of a company, Bungie, do all these things about how they care for people, they advocate, and all of this, and they're supposed to care about a time as such as this, but you're telling me every single one of your dang things that should be in the game, you're telling me that it's behind a paywall, and I can't earn it with any of my friends through hard effort and reliving glory and my sweat, and you're telling me that this is all a money grab. Well, I have two words for that. It's called pathetic, and it's disgusting. To say furious and anger is words to describe how I feel right now. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. It is a complete unkosher. It is not ethical whatsoever. in a time like this, you're telling me that this tree of awesomeness that you did effort in to make. Let me take it to the tower. Let's take a little trip to the tower. People, I hope I've gotten your attention and your attention is still on the video. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty of how it's a failure. I've already started, as you can tell, because my level of anger and my voice went from the intro and going to the past a little, and now it's getting serious. This is when it gets serious. I look at my room right now. I have a love for wolves, right? So everything is arranged in a way, and I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus. He is raised from the grave. He is risen. There's only one true living God, and He's the only living God. He's already explained this, and the Bible is prophecy, all of that, right? I have an I am who I am in Christ poster. Then I have a wolves. Then I have sunsets, rainbows, snow. Everything that I love is arranged in a way that is quality, and if someone walks in here, it is arranged in a way that they'll notice. It immediately draws their attention to this side of the room, right? So if we go back to the game, you guys can't see it. I wish you could. I'm trying to get the tech and all of that. But when I first jump in here, I'll drop down. My attention isn't to Zavala over here. It isn't to over here. It isn't over here. It's the attention is right there. It is literally focused like I'm destined to kneel before this. And we have Baziers on the left and right, incenses of glories relived past, a statue of magnificence, and a trip to a Reskin event. And then Ava we go over here, approach. There's a bunch of bounties. It's not looking too good. There's nothing else. I go to maybe see if I can view wonders of past, of maybe revamped raids, of quality work, of amazing times. Destiny 2 of year 3 compared to Destiny 1 year 3. I can tell you right now which was a better game and where the quality was. So here is why it's a failure. As if what I haven't been saying is already a clear indication of that. When you allocate your resources and the lights and the glory is locked behind a paywall, how is that reliving your glory? Which is one of the first words that comes out of this woman's mouth in the game. This character's mouth. She's an actual woman. Maybe the voice actor is a woman. She's a real woman, but the character isn't. How is that reliving glory? How is it? I'm confused. Educate me on this new age glory that you pay for. Glory is never paid for. It is earned, my friends. It is earned. And the quality in it should be quality, not that. Which is last year's event. Which was new last year. It's reskinned, refitted, retooled. And the Destiny community is quite vocalized their obscene tiredness with reskin content and for all intents and purposes, to be extremely blunt, a pathetic excuse of an event. When I go to see raids, there's no unique challenges or rewards. When I go to triumphs for this wonderful thing, which the triumphs tab is itself, it's awesome. It's a better. I can view the lore in game, and in Destiny 1 you couldn't. There's huge improvements. It's not to say that everything Bungie does is bad. But what they're doing now, it doesn't make any sense. If you want people to buy Beyond Light and you're throwing away an event like this, which is supposed to be the hype of the summer before the dawn of a new age, and you're telling me that you're gonna... What? What? I can't even finish the sentence because it's dumb. It's stupid. It's laziness. There's no glory in it. There's no effort, and there is no care for the community of many hardworking families that can't buy that in there because they've lost jobs. Families have lost important family members and they're going through a hard time, and you're telling me the way that you're going to give back to the community is going to make them pay for stuff that should be earned. This may upset Bungie employees. Dislike this video all you want. Not view it. Monetize my channel. Demonize me. But that's not going to change the truth. No, I'm saying this as Bungie doesn't like bad criticism. They have a tendency to label people as toxic. And when people won't just stand up and say, hey, this is the truth. The truth is not a bad thing, and it shouldn't be shamed about towards anything. The truth is the truth because you love something, if you love someone, and if they're hurting you and you love them and you care for that relationship, you're going to tell them the truth. That is what you should do. That is what God calls Christians to the Christians. You tell the truth in love with grace. Jesus came full of truth and grace, John chapter 1. The truth is, and as hard as this is to digest for people out there, this event's a failure because it is nothing but a money grab, reskinned, no effort. There's nothing drawing into anything else. There is all his work on a temporary statue that can't sit in my room or anything else. There's nothing for the Prophecy Dungeon, which is this season. And Destinations. There's nothing for raids. Let's go to Nessus. Is there some revamped new rewards for all the raids? No, it's still the same. Which is a complete loss of resources, by the way. Let's go to Last Wish. No, let's go to Scourge of the Past. That's in order. Is there anything? No? There's a checkpoint. I have a checkpoint for this activity. That's odd. I haven't even done the raid today. Is there anything for Last Wish? No. There's nothing. There's no notifications, no unique challenges, nothing that flashes to draw my attention to somewhere else. Let's look at the moon. Is there something for Garden of Salvation? Please tell me there is. No, there's not. What? So let's go to Triumphs. Let's go to let's wait for the incredibly long load time. Let's go to seasonal. And let's go to events. Wait, what? There's nothing in here. This is an event. Wait, what? Guardian Games was a crapshoot, but there is an events there. But wait, this crapshoot doesn't belong here? Oh wow. See, this is maybe toxic about rehashing the same thing over and over. But the point is, and I'm going to list 7 things about this event, comparing both years in Destiny. One of years past, and where glory was actually relived, and sensitive grind and insensitivity towards people that are going through a hard time and are not rich and have lost jobs and family members and loved ones. An event's main attractions and awesome items should not be locked behind a paywall. If they should be in the game to be earned. These are tied to this event, which is Moments of Triumph. Number 2. When you do such an awesome thing in Ages Past and Destiny 1, Year 3, and you do that and you lead off of that into the new era and you don't people notice. And it's not like the events were happening all the time. This is a once-a-year thing, so you can prepare for this. Leviathan, revamped. Eater Worlds, revamped. Could have been revamped. Spire of Stars could have been revamped. Scourge of Crown of Sorrow could have been revamped. Scourge of the Past could have been revamped. New and awesome stuff. Last Wish could have been revamped. Actually, no, Last Wish was before Scourge, so Last Wish could have been revamped. Scourge could have... If we're going to go in order, it should go like this. Leviathan, Eater World, Spire, right? Leviathan, Eater World, Spire of Stars. Last Wish, Scourge of the Past, Crown of Sorrow, Garden of Salvation. All those should have been revamped. There's so many. You could have made adept weapons. You could have made exotics. The main scout transfiguration could have been an adept weapon when you knew you eat perks for a challenge in Last Wish for all your raiders and collectors out there. It could have been awesome. This could have been an awesome time to lead off the year into Beyond Light, and it's not. Number 3. Reusing and reskin content is a huge problem if you do it too much. It's one thing to use the same model of armor and do what they did, which I honestly, from looking at this, there's some similarities between this and the other armor from last year's, but the glow is not the same and it's different. See, this is proof. You can use the same model of armor and change it. That's not reskinning it. When you reskin it is when you just slap a different coat of paint on it and call it good. The arms are completely different. Both sides of the Titan, which by the way I love, are even. You have different things added, right? The helmet is completely changed. I don't know why the feather's on top. I think the feather should have been on the sides, like a wreath, and the horns, you know, all that. All of this is different. It screams different. The attention is different. So it's not to say that everything that Bungie does is bad or can't be like redone or whatever. It's or changed and perfected. Outbreak perfected. Ha ha ha. It's just to say that when you just lazily, like I'm right now, I'm not cleaning the room, just lazily coast through life, people notice. And the reason why I'm so critical is because I care about Bungie, I care about the employees, and I care about the community, and I care about this game, and I'm passionate. Not toxic. Passionate. I'm trying to build my channel around, and Destiny is one of the main games I play. So I'm going to be really, really salty if you're going to tell me I have to pay at a time where I've literally lost my job because of COVID. And I haven't been able to get one since, and that's how bad it's been. I've put out many, many applications, and people say, oh, they get jobs. People are hiring, they're not hiring, if that makes sense. And people need to get that. My mom's boyfriend, Jason, he has put out applications to jobs, and they got first and second interviews, and all of a sudden he's told they're not hiring due to COVID. They're hiring, but not hiring. They can only keep so many people due to laws of this virus, and it's going to be really hard for many times to come. And it's not just as simple as putting applications and going and hope you get the job. They could be hiring signs, but they have so many applications they're going through, and they're not going to give the spot to everybody. I have been overlooked and undervalued for, not undervalued, just there's people with higher qualifications for the job, and it's not my fault or theirs. It's just, that's how it is, and I haven't got one. And I am one of many millions of people throughout the world right now that's been affected by this virus negatively, and you're telling me that your way to give back to the community is all of this. No. Unacceptable. It's perverse. 4. The leadership not taking responsibility and saying, oh, it's just a free event. Wait a second. Moments of Triumph has been in Destiny since the beginning.
and the increased completion rate times 2 times 3 for each character is just a way to save face. Oh, see, there's effort. No, there isn't. That was a last ditch effort that was probably thought of the very last second and thrown in there. Just saying. Five. I think I've already said 5. Oh, I said 4. I've lost track. I'm gonna continue at 5. I'm that mad right now. A major attraction to this is Ornaments, and you're telling me again I have to do bounties that on all and play on all 3 characters just to get the appropriated number of ornaments before this event ends. And that's the way you're gonna handle it? I can't earn bright dust from completing activities? See, in Destiny 1, the way to earn ornaments and items in the game, bounties were a part of the game, they weren't the focus of the game. Activities gave you rewards, and there has been effort completing the various tiers of challenges and nightfalls, prestige, platinum, gold, bronze, silver tiers. They offer increased chances for rewards for things, so there's effort being done. That's why we're all frustrated with this. So that's that. 6. The last 2 are probably the biggest. Blaming a virus for the lack of quality, blaming a virus for everything is not a good way to take responsibility for your actions. We get that you have to push things back, so I understand the whole Beyond Light moving to November thing. See, there's some understanding, but there's an expectation your quality should still be shown, and it's not. I'm sorry. I have to speak the truth. I have to. If I don't, then I'm just lying and trying to get clout. And I'm not interested in clout or people pleasing. I'm interested in providing content and true content. And truth is one of my many values that I completely value, is truth. There is solid truth that doesn't just vary from person to person. There is eternal truth. There is individual truths that are important in the earth and the universe. There's truths that are in the air. There is truths to a person that about their lives and things that have happened. Things are true. It's not relative. And I'm staring in the face of what could be an amazing game, but I just don't understand the lack of fire. Don't blame everything. Blame yourselves. Be honest. I would rather have an honest dev than someone that just makes excuses all the time, and excuses get old. Number 7, and this is probably the biggest. I've played Destiny since 3 months after the game came out. I was told by my employees, get the game, you gotta get this game, it's so awesome. I got it. Fell in love with it. It's 7 is kind of a weird one. It involves the past and involves the future.
Or are you just here to chat?
The game itself and the community. You have to start taking the community seriously, and this is not taking the community seriously. This is not. I know that all of the elite clans out there that are raiders, they're I know that it's already being compared between Destiny 1 Year 3 and this Year 3. I know that it's already been brought up. I'm just rehashing what everybody's thinking. these two, the comparisons, there's a huge stark difference in quality in the game, and I could say that the Bungie devs cared then. I could say that either they exhausted or they just don't care. They're giving up. The game itself, Destiny's universe, when you, and the community, and the mechanics in the game, when you don't take care of any of that, and you just neglect that completely, your community is not going to spend on Beyond Light. My friend Ben won't even get on. And he's a collector. He's a triumph. He's on every single time. He wants to have everything. He wants to have all the triumphs. He's trying to get as many stuff as he can as he's available. Raids, he has friends that invite him into raids. Me, Anna, my friend Anna, Rabbit, all of these people, you know, they reach out. And he's not even wanting to get on. He's like, he said to me, and he said, it's the same old beat as last year. Whoop-de-doo, I'm not getting on. I guarantee you, there's very few people get the majority that of people are going to get this are just people like me. It's something to do, and I'm going to do it. Not because it's enjoyable at all. The armor sure looks cool, and I want to get it for my Titan. It's my character, but that's it. There's no excitement. It's just this, monotone. There's nothing. My friend Roush won't even get on the game. He doesn't find it interesting. Roush loved D1. I know he did. He loved raids in D1. He wanted to do them. He did a few. It wasn't like me that was available to everybody. See, you have a community of people that are not playing. You have trials. You can't neglect your community. And this is neglect. And it's going to show when Beyond Light comes out. Especially if people are tired and just given up. And I know many people have. They've just given up on the game. They're not playing it. My brother is one of them. And this is my community. This is my individual community, my family, my friends. And I'm trying to convince them to play this game, but you're not giving me anything worthwhile to convince them. You're not giving me anything to convince them about. There's no revamped raids. There's no awesome strikes. There's no loot. It's so dry that the heat that I've been experiencing in Albuquerque, New Mexico, is moister in the environment than this game. This game is like the dead ruins of Mercury on the planet Mercury, not the game, not planet in game. I'm talking about the actual planet. It's lifeless and barren, burnt. That's how dry it is. That's where the quality was. Quality was like Earth. Waters pristine. Clear skies. Just close your eyes and imagine this. Beautiful clouds, sunsets. Awesomeness and glory. The Lord just creating everything. This planet is so beautiful. And there's this company called Bungie, and they made such a beautiful game. And then I would say, I would compare it to a beautiful ocean. Just it was seamless. It was beautiful. The game was beautiful. There's so much potential in the game, and then all of a sudden, fast forward. I'm not comparing the game to or Bungie to what the works of God and what He can do. No, I'm comparing it to an aspect of creation that is beautiful, that has depth, and that's an ocean. An ocean is what I'm comparing it to. So don't get those two confused. I just love the Lord, and when I start thinking about creation, I think of Him. The ocean is so beautiful. It's so deep. There's so much life in it. This game had life in it at one point. Now it doesn't. Now it looks like Mercury. baked with the sun, and it's just not going to get any better unless things change. Sorry this video is so long, and for those that watch it, I hope everybody really does make it to the end. And if you've made it to the end, right, I put hashtag moments of triumph. If you made it to the end, hashtag moments of triumph. That's a challenge. Hashtag relive the game. Hashtag relive your glory. Or hashtag I love Destiny. I don't want to be like other streamers. I want to be unique. So put any of those if you made it to the end. Like Mesa Sean says, hashtag made it to the end. I'm not going to say that. That's his line. That's his thing. That's what he has done. That's what he has done, and that's how he is unique. I want to put it. I want to make a hashtag relive the glory. Hashtag. It's inspired. I do get inspirations from other YouTubers on how to do things and what things work and what things doesn't. So, as is, this is Guardian, a warrior for truth, and I ain't gonna stop shining. I'm not gonna stop shining today. I'm not gonna stop shining tomorrow, and I'll stop shining in the future. So with all that said, that's all, folks. And Bungie, if any of your employees read this and make it to the end, there's so much potential for your game. Please don't let the community down. That's it.